Good day, everyone. We'll be discussing the research that we conducted for our laboratory activity. My name is Rhizabhel and I will be discussing about the number 1, which is to describe the authentic multi-factor authentication that I have experienced or seen and describe its pros and cons. So in this case, I chose SMS authentication method. It is a frequently used method that is used by many systems nowadays. When creating a verifying account, the system will ask a user for their phone number. Some systems may have it optional, although in majority of the cases, the system will ask for it for extra protection. For example, a user from X, formerly known as Twitter, will have their account unverified as a default. To verify it, the user will have to add their phone number. Whenever they are trying to add a phone number, the system will instruct the user to send a specified code to a specified text message, phone number, and the user will press next button and wait for the system to verify it. It is considered as extremely easy as a authentication method. So, as for pros and cons, first and foremost, users will have it convenient because majority of the people nowadays already have some smartphones in their possessions. Number 2, with proper implemented systems like user-friendly GUI, it will be systematically hard to hack and very secured. Number 3, the hackers will need a temporary code to access an account. So as for the cons, unfortunately, this method is considered as highly vulnerable to phishing attacks, as successful as 60% depending on the message content, simply because SMS messages aren't encrypted by default. Number 2, it can be very expensive to implement alongside with the proper systems. So for the number 3, there's this inconvenience wherein the user will have to contact CS directly to change the phone number because of disabled SIM cards. Disabled SIM cards aren't able to get any text messages or phone numbers they will have, so the users will have to resort to contacting the CS. Unfortunately, this is also a method of hackers that is trying to get into the account by impersonating the user and contacting the CS to change the phone number. It is called a SIM swapping. So overall, SMS authentication method is a frequently used method by many systems, and it benefits from seamless integration of verification and registration of an account. Unfortunately, it is very vulnerable to phishing attacks and hacking attempts. So, with proper systems implemented, it will be systematically secured and hard to hack. So for the number 2, may I call on Ms. Canales for the discussion of the next question.
Thank you, Ms. Riza, for the second statement. Here are the latest advances in encryption technologies. First is fully homomorphic encryption, or FHE, that allows computations to be carried out on encrypted data without needing to decrypt it first. It offers enhanced security and privacy for data processing and storage. It is commonly used in cloud computing and healthcare data. Second is quantum cryptography, or quantum key distribution. It is a secure communication method that uses quantum mechanics principles to create theoretically tamper-proof towels. It also offers a cutting-edge approach to secure key exchange, leveraging the unique aspects of quantum mechanics for enhanced security. It commonly used in online banking and financial transactions. And lastly is the facial recognition encryption, a pre-processing technique for facial recognition that aims to enhance the system's accuracy by better preparing the images for feature extraction. It employs advanced algorithms for unique identification and ensuring data standardization for consistency. Facial recognition is commonly found in mobile devices as a security to unlock the device and biometrics for identification. And now, for the third question, may I call on Ms. Cabrera to present it.
So for some password policies and requirements that I usually encountered are, for examples, restriction on the use of popular or recently used password. As much as possible, it must be unique for us to prevent possible damages such as cybercrimes or identity theft. And as well as minimum length of password, often between 8 to 12 characters, a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, a number, and a special character. And it is also currently recommended to update your password less regularly or only when necessary to avoid forgetting or making a weak password choices. Next, Mr. Leomar.
There are many ways to keep our information safe, but for me, I have a personal principle not to access public internet. I refuse to connect to unknown internet networks because they may carry security risks such as malware, spyware, and many more. The security risk, they frequently look for personal information and login credentials. I make sure that I use trusted connections to keep my information safe. The second principle that I follow is that I only log into websites that starts with HTTP. The use of HTTP in the website URL is a key indicator of this security. This protocol not only ensures that the trustworthiness of a website, but also encrypts data to prevent unauthorized access. Furthermore, it authenticates the identity of website servers, thereby preventing impersonation and various cyber attacks. May I call on Ms. Faciol to share her ways to keep her personal information?
How are you doing on keeping your information secure? First, create a strong password. Or creating a strong password can protect your sensitive data, prevent unauthorized access, and protect against identity and cyber attacks. They should be long, complex, avoid common pattern, and use passphrase. Using a password manager can secure security storage. By creating a strong password, you can use a minimum at least 12 characters long, a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Avoid the common patterns like password, avoid personal information like name and birth date, and use a memorable phrases and sentences as password. These passwords are more secure and more remember and easier to remember. Next is don't overshare on social media because oversharing on social media can compromise your privacy by revealing a personal details, increasing the risk of identity theft and fraud, and increasing liability to theft, rather and physical harm. Sharing can also impact reputation and provide a valuable insight for cybercriminals to conduct a social engineering attacks. Next is watch out for the link and attachment. To prevent a malware infections, phishing scam, and breaches, avoid malicious link and attachment in emails, messages, and contact and social media posts. Maintain device security to prevent data loss and security crashes. Consider additional protection. You can install firewall and any kind of antivirus software two-factors and multi-factors authentication and user interaction can improve account security by reducing risks like unauthorized access, data breaches, and identify thief while enhancing account awareness and control. That concludes our presentation. Thank you.